Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, HollywoodShono Tech Reviews here, about to give you another tech review video. Now in this video, we're going to be doing a review on the DualSense wireless controller for the PlayStation 5. We have a couple other accessories that I will be showing off in the very near future. However, I get the PlayStation 5 on Thursday. So both of these accessories are not going to be featured in this video, but just to give you an idea that I do have other things that I need to review tech on, and I'm going to be really busy this week when I get my PlayStation 5. So one thing to notice right off the bat with this particular controller, if you buy this controller separately, which is one of two items currently not scalped as of Sunday, November 29th, this does not come with a USB-C cable. And honestly, I'm not offended that they don't include one, because 80% of cell phones and even tablets nowadays have a USB-C cable. So for Sony not to ship out a USB-C cable is not offensive, as the console comes with one. Do they need multiple USB-C cables with every controller? No. I know they did that with the last generation with micro USB, but with everybody having USB-C in their phones, take your phone adapter and use that, or just go buy a separate one. So we're going to unbox this controller. I pre-sliced it, and let's see what's inside. Packaging is obviously not the greatest. You definitely have to cut into it in order to get at it. And I even ripped the box there. So packaging could use a little bit of work. I don't know why these companies make these boxes so tight. I guess they don't want you stealing it, but this is like this is like unnecessary packaging. I'm just gonna rip it open. I think that's what they want you to do. If I actually cared about putting it back in the box, I would have, but I really don't. So you get an instruction manual, which if you're a brainiac, it's not going to matter. And here is what everybody wants: the controller. It definitely has a texture to it. If you look really closely, you can see that there's little dots, kind of like when they do carbon fiber. So you can see that the controller, oh yeah, that feels really good in the hand. If we compare that to a PlayStation 4 controller, this is what both of them look like, and it just feels like a bigger controller. If we compare these two controllers side by side, you can see that there isn't that much of a difference, but you can tell that's a little bit grippier on the PlayStation 5 because the little handles are made a little bit better. You can tell that there's been some revisions to the PlayStation 5 controller, and I really like that they keep the directional layout. It works really well. And here they have optional placements for start and select. They actually added another button down here. Okay, so this button right here is actually a dedicated mute button, and they even have a dedicated PlayStation button in the shape of a PlayStation button. All PlayStation 5 controllers have a built-in microphone, and this is a big deal because back in the day, you had to use either a PlayStation camera or a headset. Now, there's going to be no excuse for people not to have a microphone, and this is why the controller costs $10 extra. I don't have an actual PlayStation 5 yet, so I cannot test out the microphone for myself, unless games can actually record the audio too. I'm not exactly sure. The next test I want to do is how will the DualSense 5 controller actually work on the PC, and I'm going to try it on a couple various games and see how it works and if it's compatible, because some of the games are not compatible with a PlayStation controller. You actually have to break out an Xbox controller. So let's hook this up to my PC. Alright, so as you guys can see here in both of my pictures, and now more so in the camera, we have the DualSense 5 controller here. I'm going to plug it into my computer for the first time using a standard Samsung USB-C cable, and you can see set up a device wireless controller. So I have the DualSense 5 controller here. I have my camera set up so one camera can pretty much see it and the other one might have difficulty, which is why I have two cameras set up. We're going to try a few games as soon as it sets up, and I'll get back to you right as we get into a game. I'm going to start off with Mortal Kombat 11, and then I'm going to move on to a couple other games and see if you can use a DualSense 5 controller on a PC, because this could be a selling point for people. Okay, so wireless controller is set up. Alright, so we're firing up Mortal Kombat 11. Okay, I was able to start it with a PlayStation controller. That's a good sign. Let's actually do a quick fight. Let's go do a story match. Let's see how it feels doing a fight. You're definitely going to have to get used to the options and such.
This one acts only for the hive's survival.
You'd best flee.
Okay, that's weird. The skipping is circle.
Mine.
Fight.
Yeah, controller feels really good in the hand. It's gonna take a little bit of getting used to if you're used to a PlayStation 4 controller. But the whole point of this test is to test out and make sure that the DualSense 5 controller works on the PC, and clearly it does. And this is going to be really important if you do not own a console and you want to use their controller. If you want a PlayStation controller, okay, that's weird. On the DualSense 5, it's reversed. So, like, cancel and starting is different than I'm used to. I don't know if that's supposed to be like that or if it can be changed. We're going to test that in some other games and see. Because that's going to be really annoying if so. But, if you're used to playing on a Nintendo Switch, you might get used to it. Yeah, why are the controls reversed? That's what's throwing me off. All the controls are reversed. But everything seems to work. Okay, the throws are right. So it seems like it's something in the configuration. Like the buttons are reversed for some reason. And I'm not sure why that is. But at least the DualSense 5 controller does work just fine. So let's go test out another game. Okay, so it looks like Destiny 2 is not supported by a DualSense 5 controller. You can use Xbox controllers. It will not work with Destiny 2. I can't even get it to read. Alright, so third up on the list, I want to test out Tekken 7 and see how that works. The PlayStation controller did work on Mortal Kombat 11, but the controls were reversed. I don't know if that's because the DualSense 5 controller is still in its infancy and not everything is customized to it. But we're going to run a couple more tests. So far, Mortal Kombat 11 was fine. Okay, I was able to button press off the DualSense 5 controller, so that's a good sign. And Tekken 7 is a really popular game, so I suspect it'll do just fine. Alright, so we're on version 4. Zafina, Ganru, Leroy, Fakume, Kunitsu all unlocked. Cave of Enlightenment and Vermilion Gates have been unlocked. Also some customization items. I did buy the Fighter Pack 4, so I do have some customization. That's pretty cool. Pac-Man 40th anniversary. Can you guys believe that I was barely born when Pac-Man was a thing? Yeah. This is true. We're going to do a treasure battle. Let's try one of the new guys. Fuck 'em Lob. We're going to use first. And this is why I need a GTX or an RTX 3080. This arena looks sweet. A Pac-Man boxing arena? Okay, this is really cool. DualSense 5 controller works good on Tekken 7. Yeah, very impressed with it. Feels really good. You can tell Tekken cares about their fans. They didn't reverse the controls like Mortal Kombat 11. And I'm sure they'll fix it with an update. What a throw. Nice victory there. So Tekken 7, if you play Tekken 7 primarily, DualSense controller will work just fine. I'm going to test out one more fighting game, and then I'm going to go into a couple wrestling games. Alright, so the next game on PC I want to check out is Soul Calibur 6. The reason I'm checking out these fighting games is because Vince owns them. I probably should check out Mortal Kombat X as well. I also want to check out Warframe, but I know I'm going to have to download a bunch of stuff, so I might have to add that into a future clip. It's kind of working, but it's showing A, B, X, Y. I'm able to press buttons and get through this stuff.
Soul Calibur. 6.
Okay, so this is a good sign. I don't know why you're saying network error occurred. Everything feels reversed again. Yeah. You can see A, B, X, Y. You're not even seeing PlayStation controls. So I think they're expecting people to play this off an Xbox. Yeah. This game is definitely optimized for an Xbox controller. So the Witcher 3 announcement coming to the next generation is really cool. But I wonder if they're going to give you a free upgrade to the PlayStation 5. The Witcher 3 is one of the most popular games, right up there with Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim. We're going to test this game out next and see how it runs. Doesn't seem to be running really well, though, because it closed out my OBS. It is not reacting very well on my PlayStation 5 controller. Yeah, it is not reacting at all. It seems like if I'm going to be testing Witcher 3, I'm going to have to do it from my laptop because this is not working too well. I'm going to have to daisy chain it to my laptop. Let's try 2K Battlegrounds next. Okay, so WW 2K Battlegrounds is loaded. I don't know why I'm getting encoding overloaded on this game. Probably badly optimized. It does not work with a DualSense 5 controller. So WW 2K Battlegrounds only supports Xbox controllers. I know that 2K19 is supported, so let's go fire it up. And a lot of the testing could be done because I'm not daisy chaining my laptop and desktop. Hopefully once I get an RTX 3080, that'll be a little bit easier to... This does feel really comfortable in the hand, though. If you guys have a DualShock 5 controller, you're going to love it. Okay, everything works just fine. I don't know why my music is off, though. I wonder if it's a setting. What in the world is this? Alright, the next game that I want to test out is Rocket League. Does it work with a DualSense controller as of Sunday, November 29th? This could be a really fun series. What games work? And this could give developers reason to update their games to support this new controller or leave it unavailable. Now, I think that if developers actually care about their games, they're going to let you use DualShock 4 controllers. They're going to let you use DualShock 5 controllers. I know that Windows has forced every developer to support Xbox controllers. So that's why we're kind of doing these little extra add-ins to these videos as we're setting up Rocket League for a first-time launch. It's going to take a little bit of getting used to if you're coming from the PlayStation 4. If this is your first controller, it shouldn't be that bad. And I imagine Grand Theft Auto is going to work just fine, too. And if there's a game you want me to test out that I haven't, let me know. Game looks really good. And they even added a tutorial of the game. So yeah, confirmed PlayStation controller works on Rocket League. Rocket League is one of the funnest games to play with friends. But yes, DualSense 5 controller works with Rocket League. Very happy to report that. It does not appear to be responsive to the controller, but that doesn't mean that it fully is. Sometimes you have to load into stuff. Okay, it is working. Kinda. It seems to be hit and miss. It's like the ABXY is not working, but the directional arrows are working. So this game does not seem to support the controller fully. And I have a feeling Skyrim is going to pass the test. That is one of the most popular games of all time. We'll see how it holds up. I cannot wait until I get an RTX 3080 and drastically reduce load times even further. But if you can't navigate menus with the buttons, that's a fail. Because nobody wants to have to run and use their keyboard when they're rushing to play a game.
Huh.
Okay, I can pause. I can access menus. Okay. The controls don't quite work as planned. It seems like controllers partially work, but it's not fully supported. Like, I can hit buttons to go to menus. I can hit that to go to a menu. But as you can see, the buttons don't work quite as planned. So there is partial controller support in this game, but not enough to make it usable. Alright, so after this, I have 2 more games I want to test out. Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 3. And we'll see how the controller runs with it. Okay, it looks like it is not supporting the DualSense 5 controller yet. So that's unfortunate. One of the most popular games out there, not supported by the DualSense 5 yet. Okay, so it looks like the controller is not supported by Borderlands 2, but it hasn't loaded in fully yet. Yeah, pressing any key does not work. So controller support is not there for Borderlands 2 yet with the DualSense 5. Unfortunately. However, we can also check out Borderlands 3 and see if that game is better supported, since it is a newer game. But that is really unfortunate because Borderlands 2 is one of the most popular games of all time. And yeah, it is not supported. Now, as you guys can see, I have games like GTA 5, which would be really, really good to test out. I even have the Batman game, so if you want to see a part 2, we can definitely make that happen. Assassin's Creed Syndicate is on the list. If you guys want to see another video on DualSense 5 compatibility, or if there's a game you want me to test out, let me know, and I can find a way to get it if it's reasonable, and we can see if it works with the DualSense 5 controller. And if it costs an arm and a leg, my PayPal is open. I can buy the game and try it out, so you don't have to. Okay, so far my controller is not getting detected by the DualSense 5, but the game is loading, as you see the claptrap coming in. So this is going to be the final game that I test within this video. If you guys want me to test other games, let me know down in the comments down below. If it's a reasonable price, I might pick it up. You can also PayPal me at HollywoodShono if you want me to test out a game so you don't have to. Alright, so I'm hitting buttons on the controller. It is not registering. Yep, it is not letting me control the controller. So it looks like Borderlands is a big fail when it comes to the DualSense 5 controller. Great game. You can definitely use the Xbox controller. I'm pretty sure the PS4 controller works. But the new DualSense 5 controller does not work. So if you guys like this little unboxing and testing games on the PlayStation 5 controller, leave your comments down below. Let me know what games you want me to test out as well. Thank you for watching and supporting the channel. Hopefully we'll get some more updates to the channel within the next few weeks, as I have a lot of tech I want to cover.